But he acknowledged that much. I mean, he said, given the circumstances, he commended them not once, but twice in his statement. It was saying that all of that has been lost. He said it the first time that our men are trying. Given the circumstances they found themselves, they are trying their best. Now, and then to crown his statement, for some reason I seem to have put it in my head. To crown his statement, he said that I wouldn't blame our military because honestly, they are trying. Doesn't that, in some way say that he's not condemning the military, he's simply saying that we need help?
Now, you have to put that phrase, given the present circumstances, you have to put it in proper perspective. He said that, and then followed on by saying, because they are ill-equipped, they are not as well armed as the Boko Haram elements, and they are not as well motivated as Boko Haram elements. So, that is the circumstance. In the circumstances which is that they don't have enough arms to combat these people, they are not well motivated to face these people, well, they are trying.
In other words,
it is not that, it's not, if he said, oh, given that so far they've been able to rout them, they were able to discover serious armed catchments in Kano underground, they were able to push them out of Abuja, these people were almost entering the Aso Rock, and that they've been able to push them. That was not the circumstance. He was talking in terms of their status, in terms of being armed and motivation. Maybe they are not well paid, maybe that's what he meant. And maybe these people are getting more money. From where? From who?
Okay. There's a comment here from Mitai. He says, security in Nigeria is not the sole responsibility of the president. It's a collective responsibility of every Nigerian. Now, even if we see one or two things going on somewhere, usually, in some cases, they encourage us all to blow the whistle in some of these matters. If it happens, we have to either report to the police, or to the military, or to any of the security agencies. But can they then take it from there? Is the whistleblower protected in this part of the world?
It is not about the whistleblower. I would disagree to an extent with the person who sent in the comment. Yes, I mean, ordinarily is not the exclusive preserve of the president, but the president is the commander-in-chief. He controls all the armed forces. The police is a federal body. There is no control by any state governor. The governor, they say the governor is chief security officer of the state, something akin to that of the president, commander-in-chief. So this person is the commander-in-state. But the man who is the chief security officer has to go cap in hand, even when there is ordinary flooding in some states. They have to go to they will say, oh, NEMA, please, we need NEMA. And federal government will have to provide. So when it comes to security, why must it be that every time there's a breach in any part of the country, even a local government, even an hamlet, they have to rush down to the federal level? That takes us to the issue at hand, which is the conference.
Yeah.
You see, I don't know why people speak through both sides of their mouths. When it suits them, some people will say, we don't want national conference. We don't want any conference at all. It's a waste of time. At another time, they will tell you, we need state police. What better opportunity do people have to go and ventilate their positions? That, look, we can't continue running to you, Mr. President, every time there is a problem in our state. Give us state police. And let the law be so tight that no state governor can use it one day to face the Nigerian army and say we are seceding. Because that's the fear of majority of the people. Now, they have been called for, bring more men, bring more military men to this part of Nigeria. Bring more installations, bring more. One of them even said, relocate the headquarters of the armed forces to is it Borno now or whatever. Yeah. And now, there was a time. The Northerners are crying. Some Northerners are crying that, look, this is what we need. We need more boots on the ground, like Maope said. Now,
I didn't say that. I reminded you of what
when you reminded me, you drew my attention to the fact that somebody is saying we need more boots on the ground, bring more men. Thank you for that. Now, there was a time, very recently, this year, when some people from the north said there is no way, when there was talk about, breaking up the formations, military formation, and moving equipment to different parts of Nigeria. And some northerners said, no, you can't do that. The armory must remain in a particular place. But now that there's Boko Haram, some northerners are also crying that, no, please, move some more men here. relocate the headquarters here. The problem is that people have reduced this to bare politics. When it suits them, we want state police. Then where do you talk about state police? It is inconceivable that the National Assembly, as presently constituted, will ever pass an amendment that will create state police.
Why do you say so? Because we've seen many converts. I mean, we've seen even the Senate president did acknowledge that at some point he never thought he would think about it, but right now he seems to be in support of state police.
Incidentally, the Senate president is just one man, and he has one vote.
The question is, what's the guarantee that, you know, he will not be able to influence many others, or that many others have not been?
I will tell you the guarantee. It's about majority. When you want to make fundamental changes to the constitution, the process of making that amendment is so Herculean that I keep saying it. No major changes can be made to the Nigerian constitution as it presently is, except and until we have a conference where we all agree that, look, let us talk and let us submit this for a referendum where the Nigerian people themselves will overrule certain provisions of the constitution and say, we don't want this.
What about the fears of those who say they don't want a conference? When they say, look, the intention, they talk about the insincerity, they perceive politics, and they don't think that, look, this will go anywhere.
Well, that is the problem. You see, it is about them and us. You are talking of people, you are not talking of the average Nigerian, you and I. You are talking of people who are there in the corridors of power and they are feeding fat. They don't want the status quo to change. There are some people who believe that the moment you have state police, then the IGP, which seems to be the exclusive preserve of a certain part of Nigeria, will no longer be as powerful as he is now. Because, I mean, you cannot just walk into a state. You have a situation where there's a problem in Ibejuleki local government over a plot of land, and people write petition to the IG on that. Why? What kind of nonsense is that? It is nauseating when people now say, no, we cannot talk. No, there's no need. Let's wait for the election. What election? Are you sure there's going to be an election with the current state of affairs? Will the people of Bauchi and Borno be able to vote?
But is that not what we have maybe inadvertently or otherwise done to ourselves when people say, look, if they have state police, that the governors may use it for their political purposes, and every election you see them, we'll talk about ethnicity, tribe, religion, and we bring in all those kind of things upon ourselves. What can happen on those kind of issues?
It is so derogatory. You see, but as a person, I'll tell you this. As of 1999, when I said I don't believe Nigeria is ripe for democracy, I am happy to say that on air. I never believed it. I never believed that the election will succeed. I never believed President Obasanjo will win an election in this country.
You said that in 1999?
Yes, I said so.
Have you changed your mind now?
That when Obasanjo has won, that I never believed that democracy would thrive in this country.
Why not?
But one good thing that has happened that makes me proud as a Nigerian is that, yes, we've had it since 1999. We've had our highs and lows. We've had our tumbles. But somehow, we keep trudging on. Now, when people... I never believed that state police will be the solution to the problem of we have on hand. I'd always feared that some state governors will... One day, some people will even use the police and face the Nigerian army. But
so you're a convert as well?
I am, yes, I'm now converted. I am. And that's the beauty of democracy. When you have superior argument, you listen and you see this man is talking sense. Then you bow.
Talking about arguments now, still on this particular talk, now we're getting to see a whole lot in this mix. The security issue, elections, resource control, true federalism. Looks that that's another name for resource control, true federalism. Yeah. Perhaps how well can we have a decent talk? Because even on national television, when you have to analyze or talk some issues, as you rightly observed, we kick in politics in the whole of it. How can we divorce politics in the discourse at the national conference when it finally starts? Is it possible?
Our political scientists will say, well, all men are political animals. There is no way you can totally divorce politics from any discussion. The Westerners, they sat down together now, irrespective of party affiliations. They've decided that, okay, these are the reference points we want to go and canvass, irrespective of who goes there. The Northerners are also planning, the Southerners are also talking, and then the people, the whole South as a whole, they've come together to discuss that, okay, what are we going to discuss here? That's politics. Now, nobody is saying politics, should not come in, provided that the politics is not about feeding fat on the Nigerian state. It's about making life better for everybody. In every society, there will always be the poor, there will always be the rich. But let not it be that the gap will be so enormous. There was a philosopher who said, Einstein, I think he said something that, I don't know how World War III will be fought, but I'm sure World War IV will be fought with sticks, cutlasses, and stones. It's happening. Look, Ukraine, Tunisia, all these things that are happening, people are bringing up sticks and chasing presidents out of their rocks. One day, it might get here. That's World War IV that is happening.
No, I don't think that's how he meant it, but I think he made that statement in the face of atomic bombs, and and the fact that we can actually wipe out ourselves and there'll be nothing left to possibly bring up new things.